We are here to celebrate yet another opening of a city park. And this is something very special for us on a number of fronts. The folks with us who are going to share a few words are Representative, also our City Councilor, who has just been transforming this area of town now for almost a decade. And we're starting to see all the results of all the infrastructure and hard work he's put in. I also do want to mention former State Rep Jim Dines, who helped out with this project a little bit, and our project manager, Jesse Scott. We're in the tie. No. Oh,
he's out of town.
Yes, that's right. Okay, but we appreciate his help too. And so the other folks we're going to introduce as they speak. But let me just share a couple of thoughts initially. You can see the visuals. This park right now, phase one is right here where we're standing. It's going to have a great playground. Across the street is going to be a dog park, as well as kind of a nice transition over into that arroyo ecosystem. And then up there on the hill is going to be another piece that transitions to 40 more acres of open space. And so this is really going to connect open space with our Four Hills community and right here in Juan Tabo Hills, and across the street in sort of the Manzano Mesa community over there. And for me, it's also extra special. I feel like maybe I shouldn't have moved, because I lived here for 10 years. Just right across those trailer homes in buildings that were definitely the same builder as that one right there, because my house looked just like it. And so I literally, like some of the neighbors that are here, we all moved in together. It was about 2008, 2009. And it wasn't until 3 years ago we had another kid and I moved down to Old Town. But this area, I really watched it grow, even as the state senator here helped get started in terms of some of the challenges we were having. And so now to see all the transformation that's taking place, we like to say that there's, only one area to grow in Albuquerque, and it's on the west side. We say that all the time, but we always forget the Southeast Heights way up here is actually one of the highest growth areas in the city of Albuquerque. And it's actually getting more representation every census. And so it's great actually to have the city growing in multiple parts. That's going to help us actually maintain our infrastructure and our schools much better. So the last thing I want to share is also one of our goals is to be one of the top cities with respect to accessibility to parks. And we use this 10-minute walk to a park metric. And right now our city actually does great. We are at 87% of our residents are within 10 minutes of a park. But by the time our Parks Director, Dave Simon's done, I think we're going to be in the top 5. If not higher. He's killing it on this. And so this is going to help us with this ranking. And we are one of the top 50 cities in the country on that measure already. But we continue to climb, and this park is going to help those ranking as well. Last thing I want to touch on is the slide. This is going to have the largest slide in Albuquerque. And so 80 feet coming down that embankment. Going to be really cool. And so I will personally do that when it's ready, hopefully with my 3 and 5-year-old as well. So with that, let's hear from our local leader behind this project, City Councilor Don Harris.
Well, thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor, and thank you everyone for coming. This is a great neighborhood. I first got elected actually in 2005, and I think there was only like maybe 50 homes here. I mean, this is a really fast-growing neighborhood. Might have been a little more, but still, it was just really starting. And this neighborhood is growing and growing. It's over 1,000 homes now. It's going to be about 1,500 homes when it's built, which means there's going to be about 5,000 people or so in this neighborhood, which is the size of a small city in New Mexico. So this is a really important neighborhood for us, a really important neighborhood for me. And it's just a great neighborhood in terms of the future, because as we all heard, Sandia National Labs is going to be increasing their jobs, which is going to be great for the property values here. And it's just going to be turning into a really fabulous neighborhood. And it's going to be a great place for kids to go and play and for families to grow up. Now, you see here the future of this park. Now, that's just not hypothetical. I mean, phase 1 is starting now. Phase 2 is probably halfway funded. By the time we get done with phase 1, phase 2 is going to be fully funded. We're just going to keep going. So this is not the distant future. This is the near future. This is not a hypothetical sort of drawing about something that might happen. This is going to happen. And me and Representative Abbas Akhil to my left, I mean, we're going to work really hard, because one thing that we can do as representatives is we can get some funding for you. But one thing I want to say is that our parks department in the city of Albuquerque has to be one of the best in the country. I mean, every single park that they build just wins all these awards. The park that they built for us in Fort Hills just won all these awards. The park they built for us in Sandia Vista won all these awards. This one's going to get so many awards. It's so innovative with slides and all the way that they're using the green space. They're kind of limiting the green space, but they're going to have a lot of places for kids to play. It's going to be very environmentally friendly, but very wonderful. Lots of open space, lots of opportunities for families. So this is just going to be such a great opportunity for this neighborhood and for us all in the southeast part of Albuquerque. And I just want to thank you all for coming, and thanks for the support of the City of Albuquerque. David Flores, he's one of our directors in the Parks Department, who always does a fabulous job. And with that, I think I'll turn it over to our representative, who's been a big help in this endeavor also, Representative Abbas Akhil.
Thank you, everybody. Really proud to be part of this project. I live in Fort Hills, and there was a time when I used to bike across this very path going to Sandia Labs, and it was just as Councilor Harris said, only about 50 homes. And I'm really amazed to see the growth in this area, the families that have moved in, younger children, and the homes here are really good. This park will really be a jewel for this community. I think this was badly needed. It takes away some of the stark look of the mesas and brings the families together in a very, playful, very family-oriented environment. So I'm really proud to be here. I know there are future phases too, and I hope I'll be part of that as well. So thank you very much and welcome. Thank you. I need to introduce two people who actually came and lobbied for me for this park when I was in the legislature. And I was really glad they came because I was not quite aware of this development at all. And it was Richard Lujan, who was the president of the Juan Tabo Neighborhood Association. And it was because of his insistence that I was able to become a part of this project. So I'm really grateful to him that he approached me and that I was able to contribute. So here's Richard Lujan.
Thank you. Good morning. So the neighborhood came together. They came to me wanting the park, and everybody kept on asking for the park. So what I did is I went to Councilor Harris, and he spoke about the park, and he's been a big supporter. So I want to thank him. He's a big support. Also want to thank Jim Dines, who was our past state representative. He's been a great part in funding the park. I also want to thank Representative Abbas for funding the park. The neighborhood came together and we helped design the park. We also decided which phase is going to go together. And I hope in the future that my little boy here, Leo, and my daughter, Sophia, who's off to the back, and my nephew and nieces who come over. And I'm really looking forward for all the children in this park, and it's going to be a family-oriented community. Thank you. Now I want to introduce you to
Thank you, Richard. I'm Dave Simon, the Director of Parks and Recreation. I want to again thank everyone for coming out. I can't say enough about the tremendous support that this project has had from Mayor Keller, Councilor Harris, Representative Akhil, and Representative Dines, and of course from the neighborhood. This really has been a community-driven project. And the results, you'll see the results of good community-driven public engagement in any civic project. This is going to be one of those great results. Before we go any further, though, I want to recognize Bonnie Suter on Councilor Harris's staff, who's been very helpful to us, and the rest of our park employees have done a super job on this project. If you're a City Parks and Rec employee, please raise your hand and get a round of applause. They've worked very hard on this project. So what I love about today, all of you are here. I see all the constituents for this park, Councilor, are here. So of course we have Leo and Sophia, and I'm sorry your name is Noah. But we also have the future dog park constituents here in the Doberman, that very beautiful animal there. And you know what? All of these constituents are gonna love this park because, and I have to tell the neighborhood association, you're gonna love this park, but you know what? This park is gonna draw Burqueños from all parts of our city because it's really gonna be a fantastic asset, not just for Juan Tabo Hills, but for our entire city. And so what we're breaking ground on here today is an investment in the future of Albuquerque. And we're breaking ground on a park but we're also breaking ground on an outdoor classroom. We're breaking ground on an outdoor library. We're breaking ground on an outdoor plaza. We're breaking ground on an outdoor talking circle. What we're doing is creating community and ways to bring us all together in this space. So Lee Landscapes and our architects are going to do the hard work here to build this park, but we're going to see it come out of the ground here over the summer and early fall. And let's do the official groundbreaking, and then we will welcome you back to the grand opening of the park later this year. Thank you all so much for coming. Here we go. Christina, come on.
Oh, I meant taking pictures, and I get to do the countdown.
There you go. There's more help. Come on, need hands.
Come on, Leo.
Grab one and then, so hold on, we'll do a countdown. We'll do a countdown.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, dig!
It's like I know. We're getting messy here with this. Put that rhubarb in there.